Everybody, I'm going to be doing a new video series here. All my prior series were on the phage, which have been really successful. Even when I stopped my last video, since then the phage continued to work. Lungs cleared even more so. My sinuses feel great. So kudos to the phage. It's still doing its work. And this video series is about the new drug I'm going to be starting. I've started today, SYMDEKO. SYMDEKO is what I call version 2 of Orkambi. So about almost 3 years ago, a drug was released called Orkambi for CF patients to correct the underlying issues of CF. Very different medications and everything that's come out prior. The things for airway clearance, get digestion, and just the inhaled antibiotics, all the drugs that are kind of symptomatic or preventative. This one actually fixes the problem. It's not a cure, but it does fix the underlying mutations. I will do my best to explain it how I understand it. The CFTR protein, which is responsible for transporting sodium throughout the body, sodium chloride throughout the body. The two issues are, one, the CFTR proteins have trouble reaching the cell surface, and it creates like a channel to create for the sodium, the chloride to go through. So those have trouble getting to the surface of the cell. The other part of it is they're mutated, so they're bent, or however that looks. What Orkambi and SYMDEKO essentially do are bring CFTR proteins to the surface of the cells and correct the mutation so it's not bent, basically giving sodium chloride its ability to transfer in and out of the cells. When I was on this drug 3 years ago, I experienced severe side effects. I was expecting chest tightness, but what I experienced at the time was severe fatigue. Several days on end of just feeling like you need to sleep all the time. It was really hard to get through the day. And then you'd feel a little better, and then the fatigue would come back. Chest tightness didn't describe it for me. It hurt. Like, it wasn't just, when I was thinking chest tightness, I think maybe a little wheezy, and feeling like you need to do a bronchodilator. But no, the chest pain hurt. And my stomach problems seemed to coincide with when I was taking Orkambi. Coincidence maybe, but ever since Orkambi, my stomach has just never been the same, my whole GI tract. So that was what I experienced. I stopped it, would kind of get back to a baseline, try it again. I believe I tried Orkambi 3 or 4 times, and it just never worked for me, never worked out. So SYMDEKO is version 2 of that, I call it. Does the same thing, at least from its purpose. Chemically, I have no idea how to explain to you how it works, but the idea with this drug is stronger, so more efficacy to its positive effects and reduced side effects. When Orkambi came out, my expectations were so high. I was so excited. It was the first thing ever to come out, which could get me out of the situation I was in, and it just didn't work out for me. So I'm excited about SYMDEKO. Its potential could be amazing, but my expectation, I've got some baggage there with this drug. So I'm hoping for the best, praying for the best. I would love for this to work. My expectations, like if I were to think it's the minimum things I love for this drug to do, I'd love to be able to gain weight. I do two feedings every night. I get anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 calories while I sleep, and I still eat during the day, and I exercise when I can. It's not as often as I'd like, but I do exercise, and I cannot put on weight. It's just been a struggle for so long. So I would love to put on some weight. I'd love to be Fat Patrick once in my life. As far as airway clearance, it'd be great to not to rely on my plan B. My plan Bs are really phages right now. Antibiotics just, I feel like, aren't even really an option. I'd have to be really, really sick to be put on antibiotics at this point because I know what's coming. They won't be as effective, and they just rock my world. So I would just love to kind of get my body working right, but gaining weight, staying out of the hospital longer would be great. Phage has done that for me. Getting this involved, and then hopefully it works. And then when I do get a little sick, I can do the phage just to knock it out. I mean, I've got a lot of things down the pipe I'm excited about. So I don't want to carry on and on about it, but I started this today. I will be reporting on this periodically. Hopefully, maybe when I have some, if I have some side effects, or if I notice something really great happening, I'll be sure to post that. All right, here we go. SYMDEKO.